welcome to another edition of Ask the Healthcare Advocate Live. I know I'm violating all sorts of lighting elements this morning, but sorry for the glow behind me, but you're just going to have to suffer through it this morning. I today am speaking about lawyers, bituach leumi, and health advocates like myself. What's the difference? Why take one? Why take the other? I brought up this question because I realized that I had several inquiries about this. Well, I always have inquiries about this, but specifically last week I have. And I was explaining to somebody and she said, you have to do a Facebook Live on this. And I said, that's a good idea. So here I am. I got a call, let's say the other couple weeks ago from a potential client who explained to me that she had applied for bituach leumi in the past, I think several years ago, had not received it, wanted to apply again because she felt that she was eligible and basically was considering whether or not she should take a lawyer or one of these companies that will apply for you on your behalf to bituach leumi, or she had also heard about me and wanted to know about my services. So every time I hear about somebody who off the bat hires a lawyer to apply straightforward to bituach leumi or takes one of these companies to apply for them, my heart gives like a little squeeze and I wince and I feel physical pain because it just physically pains me that people will spend money that they are supposed to be getting for the government for a private entity that continues to take money from them and is a great deal of money. So then obviously the question comes to me, well, you're also you also ask people for money, so why? What's the difference? So let me clarify. Bituach leumi has really changed its game, and the application process is more straightforward and more transparent. That being said, in general, it can be a bit confusing. One, for somebody who's not internet savvy. Two, for people who don't know the system, which when we are English-speaking immigrants, we often don't know the system. And three, don't know what the medical information is that they should bring to the va'ada. Now, there is this thing called Yad Mekavenet, and you can look through my former lives because I've spoken about Yad Mekavenet, which is a very specific service that bituach leumi offers where they will review your information and tell you what you should bring to the committee for disability evaluation. It really, first of all, they don't always have services in English. That's the first thing. And second of all, it's very, very specific. And third of all, they don't often explain, I feel, fully the entire picture. So let me explain. If you are applying straightforward for disability, either you applied in the past and you were rejected, or it's a first-time application and you're not sure that you're eligible, or you've applied, you've been rejected, and now you're appealing, you really don't need a lawyer for most of the cases. 99% of the time, you just need to prepare the application in a way that will work for bituach leumi. This is a very straightforward thing. I charge a set fee for doing this, but you can also do it yourself, or you can ask for friends, or if you feel that you need a better approach because your case isn't straightforward, or even if you want to have just a consult. I have many consults with people briefly, and then for an hour consult where we just review and we say whether or not you're eligible or not. And I have many people I say don't apply. Don't apply because it's not worth your time right now, either because your medical information isn't updated, or because your medical information isn't specific enough, or because it's not severe enough that you're going to be eligible. And there are other people who it's quite obvious that they need to apply. And then there's people who are middle ground where it could go either way. And then you really have to think about, how can I bolster my application? But please don't pay for a lawyer right off the bat. A lawyer is once you've been rejected, also from the appeal, and your situation is quite complicated, and you've tried all other avenues of recourse. You've gone back to bituach leumi. You've spoken to people. Then perhaps it's worthwhile to take a lawyer. But somebody explained to me, and this was very interesting. She said, because when people think lawyer, they think, I'm being taken advantage of by a system that I don't know, and I want to make sure that my needs are in my interests are represented. And in their mind, that's what a lawyer is. A lawyer is somebody who you pay and then they represent your interests. So, first, let me clarify is that before you go to the level of lawyer, which is extremely expensive, vis-a-vis the services that you're receiving specifically for bituach leumi, or kal v'chomer, these companies that are going to take a percentage of your disability stipend every month, which for me is like just wrong on every level. So that's where someone like a health advocate can come in, because it's a one-time deal. It's a one-time consultancy in order to get a service that you will continue getting, that is your stipend, your money, and they're not being in touch with that. A lawyer also often will take a percentage of whatever it is. Now, if you've been applying and you've been rejected for 5 years and there's a certain amount of money that's accumulated, and then you know that you're going to have that, and then sometimes it's obviously justified to hire a lawyer's services. But a lawyer is for a court situation. A lawyer is for when you need to go to court about many things. When you're talking about government services, it just pains me that your first turn would be a lawyer. I understand the need and the want to be represented. Of course, that's why I do what I do, because that's what advocacy is all about, is going into a system and representing somebody else's needs and interests in front of a complicated bureaucratic system that might not see them. That is the heart of advocacy. But it does not have to be a lawyer to do that. So I urge people, before you hire a lawyer, look into it and and try all your other avenues first. Obviously, if you're going to be represented in court, that's one thing. But when there's not a court involved, I urge you to look at other options first, and for sure not to pay these companies that will take a percentage. I just got a call the other day from a company that says maybe you're eligible for nursing insurance, long-term care insurance, and we will help you apply. We will come to your house and review. And I thought, this is so painful, because you should not pay out money for a service that you were eligible for, that you could receive the benefits for, that you sometimes just need a little bit of help entering. So that is what I'm encouraging you to do. I hope that was clear. Sorry if it was all over the place. I guess it's one of those mornings. Feel free to send me a private comment or a comment in the video section here to let me know your thoughts, comments, or questions. And I look forward to seeing you every Sunday morning between 8:30 and 9 as I do the Healthcare Advocate Live. We will discuss all things healthcare advocacy in Israel and sometimes abroad.